Hello, minasan. It's Hisako. I hope you are having a wonderful day or evening wherever you are. Today's video is going to be a little different. I decided in honor of Mother's Day, I would like to do a video to talk a little bit about my mom, as well as showcase some of her things that were gifted to me after she passed. Some Japanese and Asian inspired treasures that I received from her that I treasure very, very much. So I'm going to do this video without crying. Some time has passed, but I still get a little weepy about it from time to time. My mother passed in September of 2022. I was 34 years old. She was 66 years old. So she was very young, and I was very young. But I'm now 37 and it's 2025. So, where should I start? I still miss my mom so much. I know a lot of people I've seen express on social media, especially people who've lost their mothers, describe Mother's Day as being something that's painful, or some people maybe even feel angry. I've heard some women express that they wish Mother's Day didn't exist because they didn't have their own mother. I do not feel that way at all. I've never felt that way since my mom has passed. Personally, it's a bittersweet holiday. I miss her very much, but I'm also happy for all the people that can spend it with their mothers, and that makes me happy to see that. Cherish that time, because you don't get forever, and that time is going to come sooner than you think. Like one day you wake up and it's time, you know? And that's kind of what happened with my mother. It was very sudden, so it was a very difficult thing to deal with at the time. But some time has passed, and I'm much better now since then. But I did want to talk a little bit about her and share some things about her as well. So I have a photo, one of my favorite photos of my mom I'd like to share. So, as you can see, old photo. So this was my mom. This photo was taken in the 70s. My dad gifted me this photo. I had actually never seen this photo until after she had passed. I didn't know this photo existed, and I was so happy to discover it because it's such a beautiful photo of her. This was taken about the time my dad and her started dating. She was working at an office, and I think there was like a photographer that came and was offering to do sort of my glamour shots. I am so sorry. Glamour shots. They were doing glamour shots, and so she had opted to do one of the glamour shots, and they gave her a couple of copies of the photos. And then when she was dating my dad, she'd actually gifted him one of the photos so that he could have it. She kept one for herself, and then she gave him the other one so that he could have it hung up in his apartment at the time. So I just thought that was really, really sweet. And it was always one of my favorite photos of her. But yes, that was my mom. I think she was like 19 or 20 in this photo. She was very, very young. And she was very beautiful, and even when she passed, she was still beautiful. But this is one of my favorite photos of her. But yeah, that would have been sometime, I think, in the early 70s, I think. I don't know, I'll have to ask my dad for sure. But yeah, so that was one of the photos of her. And I want to share some of the items that I inherited from her, since I have so many beautiful things. So I guess we'll start with some of the jewelry items that I had received. When my mom was younger, her dad used to travel a lot for business. I can't remember exactly what Grandpa did. I feel bad because I'm forgetting the memory of what he actually did. But he had some sort of business where he had to travel to different countries and things like that. So he would pick up souvenirs along the way. And he did visit places like, I believe, Taiwan, Hong Kong, I know for sure, as well as Japan. So I did get some items from Japan that were inherited. One of these items was this beautiful little bag that's made of some sort of fabric, like a brocade type fabric. I always admired this bag when I was a kid. Like, my mom would have it in her jewelry box, and I'd be like, oh, it's such a pretty bag. And so yes, she used to keep a set of pearls in this bag that for many years, they belonged to my grandmother, and she had thought that they were real pearls, and she later found out that they were not real pearls, so she was a little disappointed. because I think that she was under the impression that they were real pearls, but that was not the case. So later, when she was older, she actually bought herself a pair of real pearls, and she actually bought a Kimono pearl necklace. So this is the necklace my mother bought, and it's got this beautiful gold clasp on it that looks like little seashells. I love this necklace. It's very, very pretty. But these are genuine Kimono pearls that my mom bought herself. And I always admired that because I know she always wanted to have a set of real pearls. So she had bought those for herself. As well as my dad had actually bought her some pearls in China when he went there for a business trip when he was working. So these were the pearls that my dad got my mom from China when he was working there temporarily. So another beautiful set of pearls. I have a lot of pearl jewelry, mostly from my mom at this point. And I don't remember the story entirely on this necklace, but this also has like a little pearl. It's sterling silver. I think this one might actually be a Kimono, but I'm not sure. There were two of these. My mom received one as well as her mother, my grandmother. So there were two copies of these. My sister has the other one, but yes, very pretty pearl necklace. My mother was wearing this in her graduation photo when she graduated high school. So I always thought that was a really pretty necklace. And one of my favorite items that belonged to my mother, and I used to covet this so much when I was a kid, was an old jewelry box, which she did gift to me at one point when she didn't want it anymore. So she gifted it to me when I was older. I had it in storage, and we recently cleaned out our storage unit, and I found this in one of my boxes that I had packed up, and I had been looking for it and did not know where it was, so I was so happy to find it. But this was something I always thought was so cool. This is a very old jewelry box. I think this is from the 50s. My mom, I think, found it at a yard sale years ago when she was younger, but I've just always had a fascination with this jewelry box. It's very, very pretty. It's from Japan originally, but my mom had found it at a yard sale. There's a few items in here. There's like a little door that's like on the top here. It's broken off. I've got to reattach it, but it's got this little tassel. As well as I've got a few knickknacks and things in here, but you can see there's some of my old items. But oh, there we are. I've always enjoyed this mirror on the box. I always just found that so elegant and so pretty. And as you can see, there is a Maiko painted in there. You can see from the long Doradiobi. And she's overlooking what appears to be a little island over there. But yes, that is a Maiko. And honestly, I think this is what actually started my obsession with geisha when I was little. I had seen the image and I always wanted to know who that was supposed to be because I thought that was just so pretty. I knew even when I was young the box was from Japan, but I did not know what a geisha was at that time. So that was, I think, the image that actually started the saga of being interested in geisha. Another item this one's actually from Hong Kong, not Japan, but this used to sit in the jewelry box when I was a kid, was this little beetle watch. I always thought this was so pretty. My mother received this as a gift from Grandpa, her dad, many years ago when she was younger from a business trip from Hong Kong. There's a gold one that belonged to my grandmother. I have that one as well, but the purple one was my mother's. So I have both, but as you can see, it's pretty beat up. It's very old, but it opens up and there's a little watch. And I just was like, oh, how cool is that? And it's got like a hole, so it's like a pendant. She lost the chain years ago, but you can wear it as a necklace. And at the time, I just thought that was such a cool thing. The watch doesn't work anymore. It obviously needs a new battery, but I've just always been fascinated by that, so I kept that. As well as the last item I'll show you. I've got more items from her, but I wanted to focus kind of more on the Japanese style items that I had from her since Grandpa used to visit Japan for business. This very, very old kimono. So this kimono has some beautiful fabric. My mother loved turquoise. Turquoise was one of her favorite colors, if not her most favorite color. She also enjoyed purple as well, but she loved turquoise. This is actually a tourist kimono. So this is not a kimono that you would traditionally wear, such as the one I'm wearing now. It's not a formal kimono. These kinds of kimono were made for tourists to take home and wear as like lounging robes or bathrobes or things like that. So this is not a formal kimono or something you could wear with an obi or anything. But there was two of them. There's a dark blue one that my sister owns that I believe belonged to my grandma, I think. But this one was my mother's. And you can see just all the beautiful colors and patterns. There's pagodas, there's the little carts, all kinds of flowers. It looks like rivers, bridges. So many beautiful things. This kimono is very old, so it's stained and in not great condition just from years and years of wear and tear and stuff. I remember seeing this when I was a kid, and like I always wanted to wear it, and my mom was like, no, you can't wear it, because it was too delicate, and she was worried with me as a kid, you know, I would damage it. So obviously I didn't get to wear it. I did steal it once or twice to wear it, and she was not happy about that. But I very much enjoyed wearing it. I did like have an orange sash that I wrapped around it to kind of wear as an obi when I was younger. I don't have a picture of that anymore. I did years ago, but I don't think I have the photo anymore. But yes, this is a tourist style kimono. So this is not a formal kimono, but I still think it's just very pretty, and I love the fabric, and I love the history behind it. And it just reminds me so much of my mom. So I was always very envious of this kimono. So that is also one of my treasured items that I keep close and safe as well. But yeah, that's a little bit about some of my mom's items that were from Japan, from when her dad traveled there and brought those back. I don't want to keep the video too long, and the longer I talk about it, the more emotional I can get, because it is a sensitive topic. But yeah, I miss her very much. Today is not a upsetting day, it's a bittersweet day. I still feel like she's with me in spirit, so I don't feel, you know, like she's not here. I know she's always with me. I don't know for any of you that believe in, you know, the afterlife or getting signs from your loved ones or anything like that, but I do feel like I receive signs from her all the time. And they always make me smile, because I feel like that's just her way of letting me know that she's still here. And that brings so much comfort to me. It's hard sometimes, because I've definitely found myself at moments in my life where I still very much need her, even at 37 years old. I did not realize I was not truly an adult. I didn't feel like I had to how do I want to put this? I didn't feel like a grown-up until after she passed away, and I was already a grown-up. But after she passed away, it was like, oh, I have to grow up now, you know, and so it was kind of a wake-up call. But I still have times where I feel like, oh, I have a question, oh, I need to know this, oh, I need advice, and it's hard that you're not able to do that now. And I wished I had done that more when she was here. I wish I'd done that more. But that would be my advice to anybody who still has their mom. Please don't lose track of this time, you know, and take advantage of the time that you have with them, because like I said, you never know, you can wake up one day and it's all gone. So please, please, please spend time with your mothers, cherish them, support them, love them. I know sometimes moms can be frustrating. I think we've all had those moments when we've you know, been butting heads with our mothers, and I definitely had those times as well. But I would give anything to have her here again, to spend that time with her. So she unfortunately never got to see all of my geisha stuff that I've been working on, and my henshin project and things like that. I didn't learn about that until after she had passed away. When my husband and I got married, she was not there for the wedding because she had passed. So she didn't get to see my wedding. She didn't get to hear about my honeymoon. she didn't get to see this that was inspired by my trip to Kyoto on my honeymoon. So sometimes that's hard. I always work on things, or you know, I get opportunities like some of the events I have coming up to guest, and yeah, I want to call her up and be like, hey, like I got to do this, and I'm not able to do that now, and it's sad. It's hard because it's like you reach for the phone and you can't. So yeah, I wish she was still here to enjoy that with me. I think she would be very excited about this project. I know when I was a cosplayer and I did cosplays, she wasn't always on board with some of the cosplay stuff. I think at times she found it a little strange, or some of the cosplays I think I've done maybe bordered on a little more, I don't want to say risque, but maybe more like revealing, because sometimes that was that character, and I don't really do that anymore, but at the time I had kind of dabbled in that a little bit, and she was not on board with that. I remember there was one character I did from a TV show called Love, Death, and Robots, where it's this girl that's got this like little bikini top and these pants, and she's got all these tattoos on her arms, and obviously I don't have tattoos, but I had used Crayola washable markers to kind of like draw them on to give the impression of tattoos. And my mom got so upset when she saw the photo. She was like, oh, are those real? And I was like, no, no, they're not real. She was so concerned. I had to show her, like, they're Crayola, they wash off, they're gone now. So, and to this day, I still don't have any tattoos, in part because my mom never liked tattoos. So, but maybe I'll get one day, who knows? But yeah, I think that she would have enjoyed me doing henshin so much more. I think she would have found this so much more fascinating than cosplay, and I agree. I enjoy it much more as well. So, yeah, I wish she was still here to see that. But this video is getting a little lengthy, and it's time to wrap it up. I don't want to waste everyone's day with this, but I just want to take a little bit of time just to talk about her. Her name was Deborah. She also went by Debbie. She did not like to go by Deb. Do not call her that. Only a few select people could call her Deb, but generally speaking, it was either Deborah or Debbie. That was it. So, but yeah, thank you so much for taking the time to listen a little bit about my mom and some of my stories, as well as me sharing some of her items with you. And yes, please enjoy your Mother's Day, whether you still have your mom or you don't have your mom anymore. A happy Mother's Day regardless. Like I said, it's a bittersweet day for me, but it's not a sad day. It's a day I still celebrate because she's still with me in so many ways. So anyway, with that, take care, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, everyone. Arigatou gozaimashita, and happy Mother's Day.